K-Flock's trial began on March 10th for the passing of Oscar Hernandez and his RICO charges. The case appears intense, with significant evidence left behind. Despite this, Flock remains confident, recently calling rapper top 5 and stating that he will be home sooner than expected.
Talk to them, Flock. Talk to them, my guy. Soon come home, man. You got these little boys walking around with no jewels, Flock. They need you. They need you, Flock.
K-Flock's trial was pushed to March 10th after it was announced that the New York rapper had submitted a bond request early in court this morning. He has been in jail since 2021, and recent reports suggest that his legal team raised concerns about his current incarceration. Allegedly, inmates have been targeting him for money, snacks, and commissary, leading to multiple physical altercations. While his jail situation stems from the crimes he is accused of, his lawyers remain confident in his case, stating that they believe his trial will be a slam-dunk win. The trial description details that, on December 23, 2021, K-Flock, whose real name is Kevin Perez, was involved in an incident that led to the passing of Oscar Hernandez. Surveillance footage shows Flock walking down a city street with 2 other individuals wearing a blue coat and a shisty mask. As he passed a barbershop, Hernandez suddenly stepped out, recognized Flock and shouted at him, asking, "What are you looking at?" A brief argument ensued between the two, but as Hernandez turned his back and began walking away, Flock pulled a firearm from his waistband and fired at him. Hernandez was struck multiple times as he attempted to run back into the barbershop, but collapsed on the sidewalk. Flock fled the scene and Hernandez was later pronounced dead at the hospital. At the crime scene, only shell casings and Hernandez's slides remained, leaving the NYPD without immediate leads. However, within 24 hours, surveillance footage surfaced, and authorities posted images of the suspect seeking public assistance. Given Flock's popularity, fans quickly identified him, especially after he had flexed the same designer jacket on Instagram that he was seen wearing in the footage. Shortly after, the NYPD issued a warrant for his arrest. Rather than evade law enforcement, Flock retained one of the top defense attorneys and voluntarily surrendered at the NYPD's 30th precinct. His lawyer released a statement confirming that he had accompanied Flock during the surrender, emphasizing that arrangements had been made as soon as they learned he was wanted. The attorney further stated that they had begun investigating the allegations and would address bail after reviewing the case and the prosecution's evidence. After receiving the case files, Flock's legal team maintained that he acted in self-defense and remains confident in his eventual release.
When the guy hits the ground and is found, he's got a loaded that was in his pocket that his hand was on at the time. So we consider that to be self-defense.
So he did take even in self-defense.
That's what the allegation is. You know, I don't want to talk too much about the details of the case.
Okay.
The government claims that he pulled it. But at the same time, the person that was drowned had his hand on a illegal loaded, apparently. Yeah.
Okay. So without saying too much, you're arguing obviously self-defense. That's the crux.
You know, that could be one of the arguments, self-defense, and I would say to the public, somebody's walking up to you with a loaded, pretty clear is going to use it, with a criminal record a mile long. Do you want to get or do you not want?
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't hesitate.
After the statement was released, the NYPD issued their own, asserting that the incident was street-related due to K-Flock's known affiliation with a Bronx-based street team. According to official records, he has been heavily involved in street activity, and as a prominent figure, he held significant influence over various situations. This also made him a primary target for retaliation from his rivals. His deep ties to the streets ultimately damaged his reputation in the rap industry, causing his name to decline rapidly. This downfall was further emphasized by comments from his best friend, who stated,
Okay, but so I saw some fans who
at both me and academics after K-Flock got locked up. Because, well, just because I guess, like, you know, in our tone when we talked about it, you know, it might have seemed like we were being a little too presumptuous. But is that weird for you? Because I'm sure you see people all the way from rappers to whoever acting like, you know, your boy is just done and that he's cooked in the situation.
I ain't gonna lie, people, especially people that don't even be knowing, like, y'all don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
K-Flock and his lawyers remain convinced that the situation was an act of self-defense. They were confident in securing a favorable verdict and believed he would have been released by now, yet he remains behind bars. This has sparked reactions from fellow rappers who have voiced their opinions on his case, stating,
"What's it like for you watching the K-Flock thing happen? That's crazy. Next big artist coming out of New York."
I love Flock, so I let that's why I get.
Okay.
But you know, I'm wishing him the best right now. You know what I'm saying? And you know, for the alleged charge they pushing on him, you know what I'm saying? I'm wishing his family the best. I'm wishing the whole team the best and everything. You know what I'm saying? And I hope he beat the alleged charge. You know what I'm saying? Because he got a lot of future brightness. He got. I hope, you know what I'm saying? Everything just wake all the young kids up. Like how fast it just.
But
you know what I'm saying?
That would be a sad story if that's the end.
We ain't gonna think like that. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta stay calm.
However, as K-Flock's lawyers continued building a self-defense argument for his case, things took a turn for the worse. He was indicted by a federal grand jury on multiple racketeering conspiracy charges, also known as RICO charges. The news sent shockwaves through the hip-hop community, with many expressing concern for his fate. K-Flock just caught a RICO. It's really over, some reacted. DJ Academics also weighed in, stating, "The feds just unsealed an indictment on K-Flock for a RICO charge. The mandatory minimum if he doesn't beat those charges or cooperate is life in prison." On top of the federal case, Flock still faces state charges that keep him behind bars. Many compared his situation to YNW Melly's, echoing Boosie's words, "When the feds want you, they'll do anything to get you."
They want you, they want you, they want you. I knew they wanted them bad when they waited for that law to get passed. So it'd be 8-4. Oh, right. Yeah. They waited all the way till that law got passed to take him to trial.
Yeah, he was in jail for 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah. They could have been took him to trial.
Right.
They waited till that law got passed and took him to trial a couple months later. When they want you, man. They're gonna see how he didn't get a bond after a youth trial.
By now, K-Flock should have been released from jail, and even his lawyers agree. In response to the new RICO charges, they stated, "We're not surprised by the federal charges, as we've been fighting Kevin's state case for over a year." Now, considering the incident was a clear act of self-defense, it was never a strong charge. The fact that it's now being used as a basis for a possible penalty charge is extraordinary. On video, it is crystal clear that Kevin was about to be attacked after attempting to walk away from the other person. Only then did Kevin use an item to defend himself and another from an armed team member who was about to pull something from his pocket. The feds are using every tactic possible to gather evidence against K-Flock, even reaching out to his co-defendants. A tweet from his co-defendant, Sticky, revealed that authorities approached him, asking him to snitch on K-Flock, but he refused, stating, "No, I'll see you in 30 years. He later shared an Instagram photo of himself and K-Flock on the streets of New York City, captioned, "Did stuff at RL together. Guess we got to defend our freedom against these people together. It's all fun and games till those people come." They said, "Tell us about Kevin, help yourself, 30 years is a long time. Well, guess I'll see you in 30 years. This situation is both good and bad news for K-Flock. On the positive side, his co-defendant remains loyal and refuses to cooperate with authorities. However, in a case as severe as this, where at least 15 people are being targeted, the feds are actively seeking potential informants. It's likely they will find someone willing to testify against him. This feels reminiscent of Lil Durk's case, where reports initially claimed people were snitching on him, but those rumors later proved false. A notable example was when his co-defendant, OTF Vonnie, filed for protective custody, sparking speculation when they appeared in court together. This situation quickly caught the attention of Lil Durk's best friend, Bezu, who reacted to it on IG Live.
Don't know what's going on, but them people that's in the courtroom, man, for real. There'll be false accusations. Y'all don't even know. what's going on for real. Y'all really be trying to play Inspector Gadget and all this. Y'all just be weird. That's what I be talking about, man. Like, first y'all didn't do the jam rollers out there. Now y'all some more money up there, man. Snitch on what? Y'all don't even really know what's going on for real. Some of my kids, y'all really just be running. And that's why I don't participate in nothing that got to do with nothing illegal. Because you motherfuckers, y'all be trying to get them put under the jail.
Amid all the ongoing developments, we finally heard from K-Flock himself. He was seen on FaceTime with friends from the outside, though it remains unclear how he managed to access the call while in jail. Sources suggest that his commissary funds allow him certain privileges. In the photos from the call, fans quickly noticed that he appeared visibly worried, with some speculating that he had been crying. He no longer looked like the confident K-Flock everyone was used to seeing. The call lasted only about 20 seconds, and while the video itself cannot be shared due to copyright, the images provide a clear glimpse into his current state and how he feels about his case.